All right. Sunday, 7:21 a.m. here in Tennessee, March the 19th, 2023. Detecting talk of the day. I think about a lot of things. I think about things besides metal detectors, too. I play with rifles and different things. And I've been giving this a little thought. And I think something has got lost on this subject about which detector is the best. We hear this, and it's the the human mind, in a way, these metal detectors may be thinking. So yeah, which detector is the best? Well, that's going to be up to the individual. It sort of falls in line. I'll just use the men out there. It's like, well, who's got the prettiest wife? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? That's how that works. I might think your wife's ugly, I may think my wife's beautiful, vice versa. Okay, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Okay, let's look at these metal detectors. Back to the subject of which is the best metal detector. Well, it is going to be up to the individual. Okay, let's just, for argument's sake, let's just assume all metal detectors, which they're not, by the way, are actually, as far as detecting non-ferrous targets in the wild, are equals. Let's just say they're all equals. They have equal tonal nuance, equal depth, the same frequencies, the same exact multi-frequency technology in them. They all work identical. Every detector on the earth today, they're all identical in that department. Well, they wouldn't all still be equals, would they? What am I talking about? Okay, some detectors are waterproof. Some detectors are waterproof to deeper ratings. Some detectors are lighter. Some detectors cost more. And sometimes part of this extra cost has to do with some of the things I'm going to talk about here, okay? Some detectors afford wireless headphones. Some detectors allow for running in different configurations with the components supplied. Some detectors, well, I don't even know how many detectors out there allow OEM bone conductive headphones. I know of one. Wireless pinpointer use integrated with a detector. I don't think we have too many of those out there, do we? What else is there out there? But you see where I'm coming from. The options, or the actual ways a detector can be set up and used when it comes to things besides the actual, how does this thing actually detect things? What does it sound like? How does it perform? Well, you have the models out there that you can classify them, with the things that I talked about. They're worth money. Oh, warranty. There's different warranty out there for detectors. Okay. So yeah, it's in the eye of the beholder, or the user of the detector, which is the best, really. Okay, because one detector has a dive capability, and one doesn't. Well, if you're a diver, you're going to love that detector, right? You're probably going to think it's the biggest. Now, I also think if we are going to talk about detectors, as far as what they do on the actual targets, I think we should start just looking at like two models, and we should use the word better, and we should be keeping our talk about these detectors real narrow. Instead of saying, what is best, it's like, well, if you're going to show a test or make a comment, keep the comment narrow in what you're talking about as far as one model versus another. Like, okay, this one here separates better. Okay. Or this one here is deeper. And maybe even specify what kind of target you're talking about. So, then don't be using broad terms and using this word best. Instead, use the term better. I think that will actually give more accurate information and try to maybe keep it down to comparing just one model versus one other model. Don't throw 5 or 6 models up there, and then, oh, this one's the best, or do these screwball point scoring systems. You've seen this guy, Brass Medic. Yeah, I'm going to single him out here. He did a video here, it might be a couple of weeks ago or something like that. I want you to just think about what this guy did. Now look, sharpshooters I'm a pretty reasonable person. But he's got a Quest V80 in that chart, and a Quest V60 got the Quest V80 rated above a DS2. Now look, I'm not trying to say this because he did this with a DS2, but has he even used that detector? Or the V60. I tried to find one. I'm trying to get one of them machines because I want to see what it's all about. A V80, Quest V80. But how did I went and looked at a lot of users' manuals. Y'all remember what I said about that in one of my prior videos? You can't look at a user's manual and rate any detector. You can't do it. Close your eyes and, if you didn't know what you know now about detectors, or maybe what some of those sharpshooters has showed you, well, if you go back and you read about go read a DFX, watch DFX user's manual. Go read that. Well, if you read that manual on that detector, you wouldn't really think it was much, that it was any worse than Equinox. An Equinox 800. If you looked at the two users' manuals, but we know the truth. The DFX ain't got no depth to it. That's why remember that book that come out, Digging Deeper with a DFX? Well, I'm still waiting on my book, Digging Deeper with a DS2 or Digging Deeper with the Equinox 800. I ain't seen them books yet. How come? So anyway, yeah, that Brass Medic fella, I don't know why he pulled that. That's garbage, to do a point system like that, and just pick and choose what you want to score to weigh, to give the detector the rating it's got. I'm not going to do anything like that. That's corny, and besides, even trying to do something like that's sort of corny. Because there's too many, there's a lot of variables. Weight of a detector's big. Dig stock, I heard there's some women up there, boys, and they was running them XP detectors. Oh, there was one up there running a Equinox, I believe. Now, this gentleman told me this. He didn't get to see all the action, because they had multiple fields up there they had rented or leased to let the people use. So, but he did see the women up there using some XP products. He interviewed some of them. You can go watch his YouTube channel, Southern Relics. Well, anyway, that's the detector talking about today, Yeah, we can talk about the detectors, but we need to keep things practical, within reason. Respect each other's opinions, and just, there's an answer out there. Everybody's going to have what they think is the best. There's going to be a lot of answers that say and there's going to be some out there that say, oh, well, this one ain't worth a hoot. But, if you're going to challenge somebody, do it with giving some, some specifics and detail. Just don't try to go after the person, just to say, well, you're wrong, List out why you think they're wrong. They may not be wrong in their mind, And that's what a person thinks is what's important to them. Maybe not what sharpshooter thinks. Some people may give some of the things I say some weight or credit, But I want people to make up their own minds. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.